Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Women of Dance. I am your host, Sharonne Vinokurov, and I am so excited to have another sit down with another one of the incredibly talented women in our industry. Last week, I got to talk with my girl, Desiree Gotzel. Was a fabulous guest. I'm probably going to have to bring her back because there was just so much to talk about, and I don't think we got through all of it. So hopefully, Des, if you're watching, you will come back. But today's guest is a boss babe, right? There's just no other way to say it. She is an incredible talent, choreographer, competitor, studio owner, all around just beautiful person inside and out. I can't wait to bring her on. So without further ado, here is my guest today, the beautiful Serena Cuevas. Hello.
Hello. Oh my God, that was so beautiful.
I hope I didn't make you a little emotional.
Oh, okay. No, I love it. You're the best. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm so happy that you agreed to come on. I know it's early for you, right? You're out on the West Coast. It's a little early for all this makeup, but we gonna do what we gonna do.
We're in the double digits, 10 a.m. We're good to go.
We're okay, good. Absolutely. So the way the show works, we're gonna take a deep dive into you, your career, and all things women of dance, because you are one of the best women in this business. So let's take it from the beginning. Let's give everybody a background on you. Tell everyone how your dance life began.
Okay. Well, I started dancing when I was 11 in New York, born and raised in New York. And I started with ballroom. And my mom was actually doing ballroom lessons, private lessons. And my dad, being at home, he's half Puerto Rican. So he's always playing like Latin music and all like the best records and everything. So I had like a little bit of both at home and then like formal training. But yeah, my dad literally taught me like my first steps, there in our living room. And then, my mom was taking lessons. So she started bringing me. And I was just like watching. And then I started practicing at home with her and then taking the lessons. And that was kind of like the initial entry, right, into dance. And then I did ballroom for about 6 years, and Argentine tango also is like my second super passion is tango. I love it so much. It's so beautiful.
I love it.
But salsa was always in my life from that beginning.
Okay.
In my life. And then we moved to San Diego. My mom's job brought us out to California. And through school, I was doing, jazz, ballet, hip hop, pom, all those things. But once we were in California, I started dancing with a company called Rumbarica in 2002.
Okay.
And that was my first professional team. That was my first, transition into like taking it more seriously and actually developing dancing on two and understanding different concepts and not just like a person who dances to a dancer is a very different thing. And so
absolutely,
that was like the beginning of that for me. I fell in love with that. And that was also when I started understanding that there's a business here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or paying a tuition to go to a dance studio or to go to a school. And I was 17 at the time. And that was when I was like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? And so that kind of like opened up my mind. So that was like the beginning part of that.
Wow. So when did you start your company then dance company?
So, okay. So oh my gosh, what a mess. No.
Yes.
So I started DeSalle in the beginning of 2008. That was like the initial part. And it originally started, oh my God, I love this dress. Oh my God.
Hold up. Let me do that real quick first. There we go. So they can see.
Oh my gosh, how fun. So this video, because I can't even think right now that this video is on, but this video was the first time, it was my first choreography that I choreographed all of the partner work and like the whole thing. Before this season with my dancers, I had only had a ladies team. So I had 6 girls and that was it. And then I was doing all the choreographies for that. Then I added some girls, then I added an amateur team. Then at this point I had 6 teams. And
wow.
I know, what was I doing by myself? And then this was my first choreography that I did by myself. And I was like, what was I thinking? But it was really fun to push myself to practice because I was, developing my lead and developing my skills as a choreographer. And yeah, so this was like the first one.
How long was that time frame between when you decided to open up or start your own company to you having 6 teams?
Um,
Because that's a really
well,
large amount of teams.
it was quite short, actually. It was only the second season, so it was like a year and a half, something like that. Like I brought my girls to, we did just a few congresses within a year.
Mhm.
And then by 2010 was our, yeah, so I would say 2 years max. And then I had student teams, different levels of lady styling teams, different levels of the partnering teams, and a training team that didn't perform. What else? I think that was it. And then of course, like my group classes and things like that. But that
I
was,
love it.
yeah. Oh my God. I love, this is like, oh my God. Awesome.
So I'm assuming because you said you started with the ladies team, you started this by yourself.
I did. So Deseo Dance Company started, I started in 2008.
Mhm.
So the gap between 2002, when I joined a pro team and then started my own thing, in that gap, I was on Rumbarica, and then I took a break because I joined the military. Actually, I turned 18, went into the Army.
Oh, look
And,
at that. Fun fact for everybody.
yeah, fun fact. And then I started my company while I was still in the service, but I was already in like a reserve status. So I had I had much more space and time to do that. And before I started my own company, I was with David Stein on Majesty in Motion.
Okay.
That was also here in San Diego. And then after we competed in the end of 2007 at, I don't know what it was called at the time, World Salsa Championships. Oh no, the ESPN World Salsa Champ. Oh my gosh. After that, then I went on and did my own thing. And was really appreciative because I learned a lot from SB, and I learned a lot from David and, my other mentors in my life. But yeah, had to do my own thing. This is at the Mayan with Anthony Umina. And oh my gosh, I remember this. I think we're like up against Hondo and Christian and Jorge. And this was my first time dancing bachata and my first time choreographing bachata. And we got second here.
Mhm.
And I remember I didn't even have a costume. Oh my God, this is my friend Susie's costume. Susie, you're the bomb. I was like, I need something. We just like went last minute, and he and I just decided we're gonna put this together and go. We have to just do it. So we did, and I don't really do tricks. I don't really do a lot of lifts and tricks and stuff like that. But this was the first time that I was doing that. Oh my gosh. And I also remember that we were at his family's house before this, and he just like shaved his head right before we went out. And I don't know why he did that, but he did. But I saw him head shaved, and here we are. He borrowed one of my boys' costumes. I borrowed Susie's costumes, and here we are.
I love it. How many couples did you say competed in this?
I don't know how many, a lot, but I know that it was like my friends, like you always go kind of going against your own people.
Yeah, for sure.
So funny.
I love it. I love it. Did you like being in the competition world from the beginning, or was it?
I liked it.
You're still there. You're still there. Sorry.
I liked it in a different way in the beginning. And now I like it for different reasons, I guess, from then and now. But I think at that time, I really liked, my personality at that time was like very aggressive, very competitive, very like, I'm going to do it. Like, oh, you want to sit and think about it? Don't worry. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it right now. Like, I just was like super go-getter. I still am, but in a different way. But yeah, and this was so beautiful because this is at our awesome club at the La Jolla Marriott here in San Diego. But what's really special is this facility or this place is no longer. So the hotel is still there in beautiful La Jolla, but this place, this part has been gutted out, and now it's like, ballrooms for meeting rooms, conference rooms and stuff. So we had this place for 22 years of salsa in San Diego.
Wow.
And just, I think about 4 or so years ago, they got rid of it. Really, really unfortunate. But anyway,
I gotta love those types of floors. And I say that sarcastically.
These floors with the holes, yeah. Yep, the hole every like 6 inches, there's a big old hole, yeah.
Those were always fun gigs to get, to be like, oh, come perform in like this venue, and you walk in and you're like, this floor is
that's right.
Really inconvenient.
They have like a couple years after this show or whatever we're doing here was they renovated the place. They did like a multi-million-dollar renovation, and it ended up being like so gorgeous and beautiful floor and everything. So after that, I couldn't believe that they took it down. Such a bummer. But yeah, that's Anthony. Anthony Umina, I think he lives on the East Coast now. I really don't know. I think he's a chiropractor. I also don't know.
Okay, I'm going to put on something exciting. I remember seeing this live, and I'm going to have you talk about this experience now.
Okay, I'm ready.
I hope ABC doesn't come after me for this, is all I'm going to say.
Oh, man. This was one of the coolest experiences in my life. Like, being able to be like prepping and working and, Dancing with the Stars before it, like, I guess at the time it was kind of booming. This is 2009, season 9, 2009. And there's Christian and Paul and Vi. Oh my gosh.
This was
what a beautiful time.
I mean, I feel like this is quietly every professional dancer's dream to be on this show.
Right?
Because it just seems like so fun.
And it was, and that was like the first time that I had done, just something like this, just something like this. And this helped like spark other things in my career too. But, I'm out there like the first time I'm like, they're like, take all your clothes off. We're going to spray tan you. I was like, okay. Like I hadn't experienced that, movie star life prep and hair and the makeup and just like, it was so much fun. And I'm so thankful because I was at a rehearsal with Sergio Hasso, and we were practicing, and we had just started our partnership at that time. And then I got this call, and my friend is like, we have to go do this. And he's explaining it all to me. And I was like, I am like at least 3 hours away, and there's going to be traffic and da, da, da. And I remember myself being like, I'm not going to go. What are you thinking? And I look back and I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to go? But yeah, it was so awesome. Had a great time. Actually, there's a part where we're doing the waterfall at the end. And I remember thinking, are they going to keep the clip? Because I think Vay got caught in her skirt or something. And then like he drops her. Something happened. It's coming up. Not yet. It's coming up right at the end. And I was like, oh my God, do we have to retake it? We only got one take.
Oh, that's life.
Yeah, one practice run, just like this, band, audience, la, la, la. And they're like, all right, let's roll. And then they rolled it and we did it. And that was that, oh my God, that was like such a fun little trick right here. So right here, boom. I think she got caught and her butt sat down, right?
Wow.
And I was thinking like, oh no, I don't know how I saw, but I saw like in the corner of my eye that like her weight came down and I thought, please let us do this again. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it was really
crazy
fun.
what we notice when we're on stage without even thinking about it.
Yeah. I was like the most nervous in my life at that point. That was like the most nerve-wracking thing. It was so much fun though. Very appreciative. Dancing with the Stars, you're the bomb.
We got you doing some solo work. I believe these were the first Stevens Steakhouse competitions, right?
Yes. Oh, man. Work it, girl. Yeah. When it was like me, Alien, I don't even remember who else, but I know that it was like, I just wanted to do solos so bad. I wanted to just get out there and like like fight through dance, you know, this was like
Mm-hmm.
my thing. And I really enjoyed it. And then they had this competition, and any competition that came up, I was like, oh, I'm going to be there.
I'm curious because we've talked about solos with other artists on the show. Do you choreograph your own solos, or do you prefer to someone else do yours?
I choreograph all my work. Yeah.
All of your own solos. Okay.
Yeah. And just recently, I reached out to a couple of people that are very close to me or are mentors of mine. And I said, you know, I really want to do something different, you know, and when I want to go outside of my own bubble, you know, of my own knowledge or my own mastery, I definitely reach out. I have like no shame in that. I love that. And I am working on something right now that is different and something that I have never done before. And it does share, most of the choreography is done by a mentor of mine.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that. So that'll be like coming out later.
That's right. We have a couple of breaking news, if you will, things. I got some exclusives from you coming up today that I'm excited for you to share with everybody. But this is some of your samba work.
Oh my God. This is when I first started dancing samba. Melanie was one of my best friends. She's such a beautiful dancer. She's done everything from like go-go samba, Hawaiian, like she's beautiful. Salsa. I mean, she's everything. So and she was on my pro team of the ladies, and she had a samba dance company. So she asked me to do some work with her, and you know, we're working together. And then this whole thing, an opportunity came up. I wanted to bring her to Miami and a couple of places, Puerto Rico. So we came up with a salsa samba fusion.
Love it.
And this song is totally inspired by Oliver Pineda. And I remember I was just in Australia that like a few months earlier, and we were like rocking out to this song. And I was like, I love this song. And I asked him about it, and we were just jamming to this song. And then I, popped it into this edit and used it.
There were a lot of great videos of you social dancing with him, but unfortunately, as we know, most social dancing, lighting situations is not great.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't want to show a dark screen because you can't see anything.
There's a really long video of us like overhead at this place called the Pump House. And that was like a 7-minute whatever.
7 minutes.
I don't even know, but it was crazy. And here we are in Miami, I think.
Yes, I believe this is Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Me and Melanie and 3 of my students. So we did like a pro-am kind of fusion. I think it's a cha-cha. I don't remember.
I wish we could play the music, but then we won't hear you. So
No, it's all good. And Jessica, actually one of the girls in the back on the right, she, our right, stage left. She's actually still with my company now. Here at the Sales Studios, because now we're a studio. It's so beautiful. Like the timeline of my life and my career and my journey, but also of my students who have been with me along the way. That's so freaking awesome.
I love that.
Like feel that bond long enough and tight enough that you just like your family, you really are. And that's what I love so much. So Jessica, I love you. Thank you for being with me forever.
When you're doing costumes for your teams, is this all your design?
They're my design. Yeah. I do work with, in my opinion, the best in the biz in our industry, Carlos Ramirez, and he is based here in San Diego. He does costumes for everybody, Karen and Ricardo, Junior and Emily. I mean, he did like everybody, right? Overseas, everything. And this was kind of in the beginning phase of his costume work. But yeah, I do all the drawings, I come up with it, and then he looks at it, calls me crazy, redraws the same thing, but with his amazing eye. And then I'm like, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I'd love to talk to you a little bit about how you come up with the designs, just because what I love is the women on your team are all so different.
Yes.
And the costumes are flattering for everybody.
Yes.
So talk to me about that process.
It's very important to me that every body feels
Yes.
good and empowered when you're on stage. Okay, so if I'm designing something for myself as a soloist, I know that I have the freedom to be, in any way I want. However, I'm feeling I want the costume. But if it's for a group, I want to make sure that it's appropriate for what we're performing at, and how the girls look and feel. I mean, the process is it's pretty simple. It's simple out here.
Yeah.
It's like layered and kind of complex in my mind. But yeah, based on who the girls are, I know their personalities. I know I've been working with them. I know kind of what they are comfortable with, what they're confident in, and who's willing to go and push a little bit and who's totally not. And then I can kind of design and craft something. Then I work with Carlos. What do you think about something like this? Or for a color, or a texture, I show him a photo of something, but I'm thinking about this design and can we add these kind of things? I mean, and Carlos and I sit there and make sure it's great, until the end, and make sure it's great on everybody. So some people will have the power mesh to suck it all in, and then somebody else will just have like it'll be super sheer so you can see right through, but it has the same illusion and of like skin, let's say. So for me, that's very important. You cannot go out there, feeling crazy. You got to be full.
I mean, I love that you do that. I'm sure all the girls on your team feel the same way.
I think that they do. I mean, they're always pretty happy. Where the only time that it's really tough on the girls is when if we do get the costumes late or last minute, and then we have to make adjustments or something.
Yeah.
Of course, who likes that, right? But Carlos is in super, super high demand, and sometimes that's what happens, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's part of working with the best. You got to deal with the rest, like everything.
You did talk a little about being Hollywood. Here's another thing that you did.
Emmett Smith, my man.
Talk about doing a commercial with Emmett Smith.
I love this. These are all, I got a bunch of dancers together. This is for a shoe store that's obviously in different parts of San Diego. I don't remember exactly how I got the gig or what happened, but somehow I ended up being the lead character or whatever. But yeah, dancing with him was awesome. And honestly, the best part about all of these commercials or TV or whatever, for me, the best part is what we cannot record, our conversations and our hangouts and of course, anything, in the congresses, some of the best moments are not on stage. Some of our best moments and memories are whatever at Denny's at 5 o'clock in the morning, after LA Congress,
Exactly.
So, yes, this is on a boat cruise here in San Diego, and we were hired. Of course, me and Melanie. I miss her. You make me miss her so much. She lives in Hawaii now. She's all married and living a grown-up life.
Grown-up life.
Yeah, no, I
love that.
Mel, I miss you. Yeah, just more samba, and the Brazilian culture is super, super integrated into my life and into my my dance company and my studio. So we had samba, we've had capoeira in here, we had bateria rehearsal, the band. We have feathers in the back if you need some. I mean, we're ready to go. It's Mardi Gras. We got all the things.
How hard is it to dance with those big headpieces?
They're actually quite light if they're, I shouldn't say if they're done right, because some people, okay, whatever. But if they're done right, they are light, okay? And they're the way it's designed, it leaves this awesomely horrible, huge mark on your forehead. So we put the little makeup sponge on the inside, and then it's a crown. It's real big and light. And it's hard because the wind will get you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Diana Sanchez, what's up, girl? Oh, I love her so much. So I asked her, I was like, listen, you want to do this? We'll be the first same gender as females at the World Latin Dance Cup. I want to be first. I'm always I want to be first. Sure, in first place, but I want to be I like to innovate, and come up with new things and concepts and things like that. And I knew they were offering it, but there had been no females yet out. So Diana and I we decided to go for it, and we went against, of course, Andrew and John, and then we took second, and then it was somebody else. Yeah, it was so amazing. They put all the same gender in one, and then we ended up first for female. They are first for male, and I forget who was third. But if you see, her sleeve is not on her arm. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to lose 10% because the costume, blah, blah, blah. But we didn't, thank goodness.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I designed this one as well. I love this costume.
I like that costume. It looks fun and comfortable.
Man, how low that thing is. Get it. I love it.
That part doesn't look that comfortable.
It's just I don't know. It's sexy. And especially for the time, that was very risky. People weren't really showing their hips, it was kind of anyway, it was a different time, but I love that. I love Diana. Oh, and I went to Kentucky to go do that. We had 4 days. We just put it together and we flew there.
Oh my God.
And I think that actual one was in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
It was when the Cup was hosted in San Diego. My home.
I found another commercial of yours.
Okay. Oh my God. That's so funny. Danny is an awesome, amazing DJ and video editor in San Diego. Very, very, very good friend of the studio. Love him. He made this. It was a competition for pop chips, and he made this. So it's really pretty cool if you hear it. For anybody out there, you want to watch it. It's pretty dang cool. And all
guys, it was easy to find too, guys. Just search her on YouTube and you'll find it. It's not that hard.
That was in my apartment, and he was practicing his video editing skills, and I was about to go teach at my club on Monday night, and I was like, what? Where? What? I gotta do what? I gotta go. He's like, it's gonna take like not even half an hour. Just do these things. And then my roommate did all the filming of him later, and then he just edited it together as if, we were there.
That's great.
Yeah, it was fun and silly. And I'm so intense. What is happening?
I love it. You listen, you don't hold back.
I don't, I guess. Oh, that's my dermal. There it is.
Oh, and you've disappeared. Like magic. She's gone.
That's right. Because when the chips are gone, I'm gone, huh?
There you go. There you go. It's so hilarious. And this video, by the way, if anyone wants to find it, there are also awesome bloopers at the end. So enjoy that as well.
Always does the bloopers at the end. Oh, this has the super story. I can't believe you saw this video.
Oh, girl, I told you I did a deep dive. So start talking to me about this one.
Okay, this is in Quito. This is in Ecuador. And oh my gosh. Okay, so I can't even watch it. So I was actually deathly ill, super, super sick. And we went somewhere. First off, that I had altitude sickness. And then that kind of escalated into something else. I don't remember exactly, but I was in bed for days there. And then I couldn't really do anything. Couldn't teach, couldn't do anything. And then my stomach was getting swollen. My body was I was getting all dehydrated, and all these things were happening. But I just said, then it was the day of the event, the party of the show. And I was let me just try, I want to try it. And I just kind of conserved and gave everything I could to just put makeup on and go out there, and just be for the people. And they were just so happy because people knew I was super sick. And the amount of love when people know that you're not well, it was just so beautiful. And not a big, I don't know, not a big deal. Okay, you were sick and then you performed, but again, it's the experience that I had with the people there and the promoter and the way they treat me. They were just super loving. And it was just so beautiful. And they tried so hard. They're we want to take you here and take you here. Of course,
Of course.
as you do, and I want to do everything, but I was just like super sick. So I remember this was in that like time in my career when I was just really trying to stay on the top, stay current, and then this happened, and it really like emotionally like brought me down. But I don't know how. I just still performed something. So
I mean, you cannot tell at all that you were sick watching that performance.
Shanks.
Like you're telling me that you were sick, and I'm like, she's lying.
She's full of it.
She's full of it. That's not true.
I wish.
This is another cruise performance, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, this is the Aventura Dance Cruise. Yeah, this is the other one was like a boat cruise. This is when I started fusing contemporary. This intro is choreographed by Theo Ivy, one of my amazing jazz contemporary lyrical coaches from back when I was even in high school. And he choreographed this section before the bachata. And I love this. Carlos made this costume, of course, as well. And this was all Carlos, this design. And we did this for the cover of a magazine as well. And it's a beautiful shot with the length all spread out like ocean. It was gorgeous. So yeah, this costume has seen many versions.
I love this routine.
Oh, I love this routine too. I could watch this all day. It was like
so could I. It's like, wait a minute, we're in the middle of a show here. Don't get lost in the poor. It's beautiful though.
Really fun one. Really great. This was Aventura. I love ADC. I love Moshe. I love everything that he's doing, his team, and I've been supporting them since the beginning. For as long as I can remember. I've been a part of that group, and it just like makes me so happy to see the growth. And same thing, Moshe is very innovative. So, he doesn't want to just do an event or something. He's like, okay, let's do it, and let's do it on a cruise ship. Oh, we can't do it because we need this kind of permission, these kind of contracts. Okay, well then I'll do it. And he has, and he's succeeded. And I love that. So anybody who hasn't been on EDC, you absolutely need to. It really is unbelievable, unforgettable. All the things that it's promoted as, it for real is that. And if you haven't been, you need to experience it for yourself.
Is it
fabulous?
Am I correct that the shows that the cruise ship started not by itself? Like you guys originally didn't have a whole cruise ship to yourself.
It started. It was just a couple hundred people. I believe he started his first one, 250 people. I can't remember. Don't quote me on the number. But it was something quite small like that. And then it was a regular cruise ship people, families, couples, whatever. And then we had this area to go to. And like, okay, well, you get your wristband and you check in at the whatever. Kind of like how at a Congress, there's other hotel guests. So it's that vibe. And you're like, well, do I go here or do I go there? And then like over the years, it grew and grew and grew. And then, I mean, he killed it. Now we got our own ship for all these years, the last few years. Chubba!
I love him. I haven't seen him in forever.
Right? So he's now based in the Gold Coast. He's my pro cha-cha partner, Mr. Chubba. We met in Sydney, and just like it's been an amazing partnership with him. It really has. And we, competed at the Cup. We've competed at the Summit. We, have choreographed for many people, many people. And then we won for New South Wales. We won for Australia. He is an amazing person to dance beside. So I love it. And now I believe he has the biggest school and one of the biggest competitions in Australia.
Oh, wow.
Or his school, the biggest school is in the Gold Coast in Australia. So very cool.
Congratulations.
I lived there for 7 months in Sydney with him.
That's like on my bucket list.
It was a bomb, girl. And then at the same time, I was working for Oliver at Latin Motion. And then, being trained by Ollie and training his students, and then still working with Chubba and the girls. And it was just, that was one of the coolest times in my life. Like also just being there and all of that stuff. And I think that was 2012.
I love it. You've worked with a lot of different people over the years. I think that was one of the most fun things I got to discover when I was putting together your playlist, the videos. is how many collaborations you've done over the years. I mean, I feel like you've danced with everybody and their cousin. Like,
Yes.
and I mean that in the best possible way. Like, this is another samba with you, another female partner.
Yeah, and Jonya is sambista, pasista. Like that is what she does. She's from Brazil. She's based in LA. She's a beautiful, beautiful person. We still work together to this day. And she is my samba mentor, like by far. She's amazing. And I put together a little Sambachata for Reno, for Bibi. And this was when this was like my early years, same thing, early years of doing samba, looking crazy, but really enjoying it. And I wanted to get it out there into the salsa community. I wanted to give her work, but I also wanted to make sure the salsa community was salsa and bachata community was seeing something different and fresh and fusion. Not fusion to bring down the quality of the genre, but fusion to just have them back to back so that people can just kind of be exposed to more things.
Absolutely.
Okay? And I'm a huge fan of fusion. And just to be clear, I'm just not a huge fan of low quality. So if you're going to do it, let's do it. Do it right, do it clean, with the elements that keep the integrity of the dance. Don't sacrifice just because you want to do something cool and new. That's my 2 cents. But yeah, so this was a little bit of putting together some bachata and some samba. And then same thing, having one from each of the worlds dancing together. It was so awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love a good fusion piece.
Yeah, super fun,
Super fun.
She was like just learning and, how to dance bachata. Like, Jonia is the cutest human. And we love working together. We always have a blast.
Is samba the most exhausting genre you do?
Samba is the most, it's like high intensity and then over time. So it's not short term. It's not like a sprint. It's not like a short term. It's like sprinting for like the whole run.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but I do really enjoy it. And it is one of the best workouts like ever, honestly.
We're going to take it to the extreme opposite, high energy samba to sensual bachata. I found this. I had no idea that you and him had partnered together at one point.
Yes, absolutely. We surely did. This was also like around 2013.
I want to say it's 2013.
Yeah. This was I think this was actually our first time performing this. Bachata Day?
And this was Paris.
This is Paris?
I believe this was Paris.
Oh my gosh, how fun. I don't know.
So talk to me about this routine.
Paris, we only did a few internationals with this one. It was like Paris, Milan, Paris 2 times in a row, or 3, I don't know. But yes, this was so beautiful. Guys, you have to watch this routine. So awesome. And this was same thing. It was the beginning of that time when So You Think You Can Dance kind of submerged and people are dancing barefoot or in the toe shoes and starting to fuse, right? And so we did a fully lyrical contemporary piece that's fused with bachata. And that's how we did it, And I love this piece. I love working with him. I think we have a good dynamic together, and teaching also, we have a good dynamic. So for me, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, I love being a soloist. I love having my own business. I love all of that element of being independent in the industry. Yes. Separate from that, that does actually give me the freedom and opportunity to work with different partners and not have the commitment of branding myself with them, which I love too. So, having worked with Jonathan Ibarra and Chubba, Jorge, Jesus Aponte, Oliver, it's just like, of course, Jose Serrano. It's just such an honor, like to kind of have the best of both. And I didn't expect it to be like that. I didn't expect to start partnering with these amazing, beautiful men in the industry, but I did. And now I'm so happy. And I plan to continue doing that. I mean, I absolutely love it. And it's David Zepeda as well. You know, just to
I have one of those on here too somewhere.
Oh my God.
I told you, I found
Actually,
everything.
that was actually like a really fun one. Oh, I love this routine with Jesus Aponte. Oh, he did my hair on this day, and I was like, "Isn't it a little large?" He's like, "It's beautiful."
He did your hair?
He did my hair right there backstage. I put it in the pony real high, and then he wrapped that thing. That is all my hair, believe it or not.
Oh, wow. Costume's beautiful too.
Yes, this costume. So these were his costumes. And we actually did this tour in Australia. I forget who he was partnered with at the time, but some issue with the visa. She couldn't come. He arrived. I was living in Sydney with Chubba at the time, and they asked me to team up with Jesus to learn the choreography, of course, perform, teach all the workshops, do the whole week tour. I was like, what? Sure, I'll do this thing. I'm here. I mean, might as well. So, and we, you know, he and I had never worked together before, so who knew how it was going to go. And we met up in Canberra, the first city. And I learned it in one day and 5 hours or whatever. And then we performed that night or the next night in Canberra. And then we did one city, I think pretty much every day. Fly, workshops, perform, sleep. Fly, workshops, perform, sleep. Wow. And this was our best run of it.
Then I'm glad I pulled up this video.
Yes, this one was in Melbourne. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. Yeah, it's so beautiful working with him. And this was my first time doing lifts and tricks, like over the head stuff. Very cool. I was, again, very nervous because it's my first time up in the air. And it was a really great time.
So much fun to fly.
Oh, so much fun to fly. And now I can't stop. You know, Jose is like always like, let's go. I'm like, okay, let's just get up in the air then. And now I'm dancing Hustle with Shay Dixon. So
I saw that.
Continuing to develop my skills. Oh my God, that's like a dream, you know.
I love Shay. He's so amazing. He is so fun.
Right?
So fun.
I know. He's so talented. Shay, stop being so talented. God.
Yeah, I know, right? Or clone yourself so we can all have some of that talent, please.
Yes. Oh,
in our cities.
David.
I told you, I found all the collabs.
Oh my God, how fun. So this is the cut shortened version of the dress. Sorry, it's such a distraction for me. I had to cut it. And that was Carlos. So that Carlos was not happy with me. But it had to be done. So I had to do it. But yeah, we didn't have costumes. We were performing in Quebec and had to just kind of make things happen. This was the same thing, our first time working together. But I love this routine. I love working with David. He's a very, very hard worker. And he obviously puts in the time, wants to keep the integrity of the dance, even though, you know, he's super salsero all the way. And that's how I feel as well. But we really wanted to capture the elements of bachata, put in something, do something different. And sometimes in your career, you know, it's just, you just need to do something different, you know, like for your own soul. Like,
absolutely,
you can't keep doing the same stuff. It's not just like, oh, well, variations of moves and learn from this person. Sometimes just another genre for a little bit is amazing. And for me, that's what like bachata was for me.
That extension of yours.
Right.
Sorry.
No, this is like ta.
Literally, my eyes bugged out of my head for a second. I was like, oh crap. Wait, no, focus.
Hi, Destiny. What's up, girl?
Oh, Destiny, we love you. She's coming on the show soon as well.
Oh, awesome.
Having her on. I can't wait. It's going to be so great.
Yeah, this was a really fun time. Love working with him. Like I said, it was super great. I love it.
I love it. I love it. It's so nice to be able to work with different people because it's always an adjustment, but like in the best possible way.
That's right. And you don't have the same, like for me, every time I'm working with a new partner, especially a new male partner, it's a totally different vibe. You know, when I'm dancing with Jose, we have a particular character that like we are for each other, you know? And it's very different than if I'm dancing with David or whoever, you know. And I love that I get to be that role, a specific character with a certain partner, and not just like my same partner, but we change the role because we change the genre, or we change the energy of the routine, you know?
Yes.
So here's Deseo Pro. We are moving around on the ship like crazy, as you can see, losing our balance everywhere. That ship was rocking this night.
That's Bianca with you.
That's Bianca Chapman. This is Cassandra Stevens, who's
Hey.
now, I believe, based in Paris. So yeah, Bianca was on Deseo for some time while at the same time she was on Alma Latina.
I did not know that. When I saw this, I was like, wait, what?
Yes, my girl. Bianca and I have done a lot of duo work as well. I brought her to like many places working with me. I love her. For me, like my most duo kind of person is Bianca. Like the way our bodies move, the way like structurally, the way we are, like when we're next to our energy, our face, like there's nobody that matches my fire like Bianca. And I love that. And I need that for somebody who's like beside me. I need somebody who's gonna super deliver, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And she's like that. She's like that. I love that about her. Oh,
I feel like you two should do something together again then.
yeah, I'm sure we will.
Bianca, are you watching?
She's here, you know, she's right here in San Diego. She's awesome. I'm sure we will. We just have some other things happening right now, but you know,
of course,
Bianca and I are forever.
I love her. She's also an incredibly sweet woman and an amazing, amazing dancer.
Definitely. She is. Yay.
Got more of your solo work.
Oh my God.
Another solo from Aventura. Your costumes, can I say, one of the things, and I think I've been saying this about you since I first met you, and I know a lot of my colleagues feel the same. You always look so elegant.
Oh, thank you.
Like, no matter what, how little or how much you're wearing, you're still super elegant, regardless how much fabric is on you.
Thank you. And I want that. You know, I never want to come across like trashy or whatever. Like, look, everybody has their own style or whatever, but for me, it's got to be like sexy and elegant. Like, it just has, for me, it just has to be like, I don't know. It just has to be. I like it like that.
I love it.
This costume is one of my all-time favorites.
It's so beautiful.
The build, the heaviness of that. It's sheer, of course. But that piece that's on top it's like an applique, and he stoned, you know, he manually stoned that and built it all.
Wow.
Excuse me. And then we kept the skirt very plain, unfinished, just rough. And I love that. Like, it's bomb.
It moves beautifully. And again, like, yes, it's sheer, but again, super elegant. And I feel like that's a theme with almost everything I ever see you in, whether you're doing a solo work, whether you're dancing with a partner, whether you're doing heats with your students. You know, like
you're just costume.
Huh?
My Heats costume, yeah.
I love your Heats costume. I wish I had a Heats costume. First of all, it's not cold. Like, you're not freezing in it.
That's right.
It's always cold in that ballroom.
It's like 0 degrees. Yes, that's
0 degrees.
Gotta be
so
ready.
You're nicely covered, but you're super elegant always. And like everything you guys have, whether it's you, your team, you always look very polished, very elegant. Yes, sassy. Yes, sensual, whatever. But it's never vulgar. It's never, you know, which I appreciate as a role model for women in this business, you know, that you can do that. You can dress your women and yourself in a way that hold your head, you know, you hold your head up high a little bit.
Yeah, of course. And if anybody needs help, I mean, I'll help you.
People paying attention, she's happy to help with costumes.
I'm happy to help you design all the things. Oh, this costume It's one of my favorite. This was for a bachata solo, but I'm just wearing it to social dance with my friend Oscar here. This is also at the Marriott. Oh, see, after the renovation, look how cute it is.
Look how better the floor is.
Right? Yeah, Oscar. Oh, I love him. He's here in San Diego, Colombian. Awesome guy. And we're just playing, and we are. I had just brought him into my dance company to start teaching and all that stuff. So we're just like showcasing some skills on a break. But yeah, I love this costume because the bottom, I call this my superhero costume, even though I don't have my blue things on my feet. I have these like blue straps that go around my calves. But this, it's so cool because the belt part is only around the bodysuit. So it looks like a skirt, but it's really just like a belt. And it's all built in. It's all one suit. You put it on, strap, go.
That's a belt?
Yes. It's designed like a belt, right? But it is stitched onto the suit.
Ah.
Crazy.
Look, guys, I learned something with you guys today.
Yeah, really, really cool.
So talk to me about your studio, right? Like a lot of people, we've hit a very hard time.
Yes.
2020 was very rough for a lot of people. And you are your own boss. You own your studio by yourself. So talk to me about that, because from my understanding, you're still standing. You're in your studio right now. You survived COVID.
Right. And
so talk about that a little bit.
So yes, I am here. Ta-da, there it is. Ta-da-da-da.
Hi, studio.
Hi, studio. Studio A, also Studio B in the back. So I opened this studio in 2018, at the end of the year in 2018, in August. I did open it on my own, which was an amazing adventure. I don't even know how I did that. But with the support of my community. And that is in many layers, in many ways. So there was a lot of love and a lot of nurturing that went into like building the place and like making it happen, right? Just imagine it takes a village. That's that phrase. It took a village, okay? And it was just such an amazing venture, okay? Then COVID. So we're a year and not even a year and a half in, and then we closed March 2020. A year and a half. So, and I mean, we were killing it in here. We were dancing out. We were like filling it all up. Oh, I love this costume. This is my other favorite costume. Okay, more bachata. Man, I've done so much bachata.
You have. Listen, I'm going to keep playing the videos because I got a lot of them, so don't worry about it. They'll just keep playing.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I had Neri Garcia based here for almost a year. I mean, we were just killing it in here. And then unfortunately had to close, right, because of COVID. So 15 months closed. We just reopened May 5th, this month.
Wow.
In the meantime, did class outside, all that stuff. It was really tough to try to survive through the COVID situation. And fortunately, but also unfortunately, where I am based is at a beautiful outdoor mall here in San Diego. So you can imagine the property taxes, the rent, all of the things, right? All the overhead of any business, yes? But being located where we are, just imagine extra. And I love being here. I love being at this center that I'm in. I'm honored and thankful to be here. And at the same time, it means there's more pressure, more financial pressure. And during COVID, that was not, we're not exempt from anything, right? So it was really tough. And at this point right now, I'm thankful to have renegotiated my agreement, and I am able to keep the place, which is great, under some wild new circumstantial, some new changes to our deal, but it's okay. We're going to make it work and get to be, Carlitos. Love him. He's one of my staff here based in Ensenada, Mexico. But he's here with me. Actually, we're teaching this weekend.
I know. I saw that. That's why I wanted to make sure I had the video of him, because I saw you posted that he'll be at the studio.
Yeah, he was just growing up here. I had just hired him. This was like
really
like 6-7 years ago. I don't know, 6 years ago. I don't know. But yeah, so happy to have the studio. And then during COVID, I think at the end of last year, I started another business because obviously I was not the only one closed and dealing with some things. And I know that I have a lot of experience working with other studios. Like I said, like I have mentioned some other ones, but working with other studios. And I decided to start a studio consulting business. And that for me, like as soon as I started, like first I was just like helping my friends with some things. I had questions because in their state they were open. In my state, I was closed. And then after that, it was just helping and helping. And I was like, no, this is like my calling. This is like my next thing. And that video is the bomb. That one right there. This is like the first time Jose and I are performing this. It's not the cleanest, my friends.
Listen, you're on a moving cruise ship. I'll forgive like anything.
Look at my hair. God, this is so cool. This is like my Barbie face. Guys, I was love dancing with Jose. Jose, where's your shirt? Okay, so it's okay. I love this man. Okay, so yep. So I started studio consulting business, and for me, that's an awesome thing. You can have all the talent in the world and all the skill, or even like know how to own and operate, like what I'm doing here. But if you don't know how to scale or innovate or build or train the trainer, or, you know, projections, if you don't really understand the business side deeply, you're just going to have a particular shelf life, like no worries. But when you really want to develop something, you really want your business to be, I don't want to say a real business, but you know, when that's something that you really want, you have to take on coaching and mentorship.
Absolutely.
That's what I learned, like being here and being in the pit of it, just like failing and failing and failing right here in this studio, just like nonstop. And I had to reach out to my friends who own studios, be like, what are you doing that's different? What are you doing that's different? Maybe I should try this. And there's like trial and error nonstop. You know, so many people had given me such great little nuggets of advice. And then Neri stepping in was a huge shift in my studio, the way he implemented certain programs and trained the staff and all that stuff. And then he and I redesigned programs, and now we lead teacher trainings for other studios, not just teacher trainings. I love it. Yeah, but trainings for the owners. I mean, I'm just like so happy. So
I love that you're doing that.
Of my life.
I love that you're offering that service. And I really love that it's a woman. I mean, yes, you said you're working with Neri, but there are so few women studio owners, right? That are like sole owners, you know? So I think you are in a very unique position, and that unique position gives you an opportunity to, you know, connect with people on a level that, you know, our male counterparts might not understand.
Or just haven't done yet. So,
or just haven't done yet.
You know, exactly. And there's a lot of everything, right? Especially for ballroom studios, there are a lot of ballroom couples that own and operate the franchises of ballroom studios, or they're independent studios. Christian, my man, love you, Christian. Oh my gosh, he was my first professional partner back in like, I don't even know what year.
Oh wow.
And then we were doing this one. There's Stephanie Stevenson is there, pregnant. Oh my God, she's so cute. How funny. And oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. I love this video. I love this video because I love social dancing with Christian. And this is like LA's top social dancer competition.
Yes, it's the competition. I think it was from 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I think more.
3?
It has to be more because I just opened my studio 2 years ago and my hair was short.
so then it had to be 3 years ago.
It's got to be at least 3 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Christian and I have some cool things coming up in the future. So we often do the summit together. Same thing. I think he and I will forever be in each other's dance lives. Like just has to be. But
you guys always look like you have so much fun together.
Oh man, and we do. Thank you. We do. You know, I really enjoy working with him, dancing with him, and it's a challenge, even though we're only a few hours away. He's in LA by Shay and I'm in San Diego. Just being a few hours away can be like so far, it can seem so far, all the traffic and your schedules and just making things work. But
Roberto says that was 2017.
Oh, thanks, Roberto. That's my son, you guys.
I got another fun costume.
Okay, it's my favorite. One of my favorite costumes I designed. Like, this was my favorite. And I love the energy of this routine, this particular performance of this routine. Mm-hmm. I love like this day on the cruise. Like I was just like having like a fire day, and that hair. Like, come on.
I love it. So badass.
It was so amazing. Carlos,
this is a very badass image, like badass costume and still elegant, but badass.
Yeah, thank you. And I love the way it moves because it kind of bounces, And it's just, there you go with the booty. But yeah, and that day also was a rough day on the ship. Not all days are rough, I don't want to sound like that. But often in the night, once it's time for the shows, it is a little more rough, right? Yep. So we're all backstage, like falling. But it's a great time. It is really, really, really super great time. Love it. Boom. Well, a little samba for you guys right there.
Almost a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
All right.
All good. All good.
So we've had streaming on the bottom of the show the whole time where people can follow you, right? We have your Facebook info, your Instagram photo. Let everybody know again what that is so they can follow you on all your,
Instagram is just my full name. It's right there, Serena Cuevas. That's me. But yeah, just write me anytime. I love people. I love when you write me. I love if you have something you want to share or you want to ask, you're more than welcome to. I've done many things. Hopefully I can help you. I love being of service. Okay. So it's very important to me. If you need something that you ask, and I'm happy to contribute in any way I can.
All right. Well, Serena, before I let you go, before we wrap it up for the day, I'm going to ask you the same question I ask all my guests.
Yes.
If you could give one piece of advice to women trying to make it in this dance industry, what would it be?
Do not quit. Ever.
A good one.
Do not quit. Don't stop. Don't pause. Don't take a break or something. You want to do it and you want to be in this industry in whatever way it is. You can pivot and that's my recommendation, but never stop. Okay. And it can be really hard and challenging and discouraging and whatever for guys and girls, for anybody. Okay. Of course for women, but we're all playing this game. And if you wanna win at anything and be successful in any way, just do not quit. Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. Get it.
I love it. Thank you so much for being my guest today. You were amazing. I love talking to you. Hopefully I will see you soon.
Yes.
And big hugs. Yes. In a few weeks. So yeah, thank you again, guys. Again, you can follow her on Facebook, Instagram. Also check out her studio website, deseostudios.com. And I will see you all next week, where my guest will be Crystal Nicola from Gustavo Crystal Dance Studio.
Nice.
They've been all over with their TikTok videos and their little family dancing during COVID. So it'll be great to have her on.
Adorable.
So thank you, guys. I'll see you all next week for another episode of Women of Dance. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.